Alright, so I have a few movies here to show you. This is another mini review episode. Let's start with the worst one. I finally sat down and watched the Cloverfield Paradox because I had just been watching through the Cloverfield trilogy, and this was the last one I need to watch so I can finish off that trilogy. And this is just as bad as I remember from the year it came out. I hadn't seen it since. One of the worst films to ever come out of this franchise, which really isn't saying a lot because there's only three, but still pretty gosh damn terrible. This movie, you want to know how bad this movie is? There's a guy who loses his arm, and his arm can move around by itself with no explanation. In this movie that's trying to have a realistic, gritty sci-fi setting. That's all that needs to be said about it. Terrible movie. I would only recommend it if you're one of those people who's just morbidly curious, or you're like me, where you just, even though it's a probably an awful movie, you're like, I gotta see all the movies in the canon or whatever. You know, like, oh, there's three Star Wars movies that are really great, but I'm gonna watch all of them because I feel like I have to. You know, things like that. I don't know. You know, I feel like I have to watch everything. That's just, it's my thing. I watched Wayne's World 2 for the first time because I've seen Wayne's World 1 multiple times. I'd never seen Wayne's World 2. Most people say this is an inferior sequel to the first movie, but I don't know. I didn't think it was actually that bad. I thought this was pretty great because it really was on par with the first movie. Not as funny, but pretty darn close. And so I laughed consistently throughout this entire movie. So I thought this was really good because it was just like, it wasn't as funny as the first movie, but it's only slightly below the first movie. So it's like Wayne's World 1, great movie. Wayne's World 2, great movie. So, great comedies. Then I watched Raising Arizona, which I bought this recently and I want to watch it. Huge Nicolas Cage fan. It's kind of funny. Think about the Nicolas Cage I know now from movies like Mandy, Prisoners of the Ghostland, Color Out of Space, other things like that. He's not this Nicolas Cage. You know, this Nicolas Cage won an Oscar. This is a Coen Brothers movie. You know, he won an Oscar for his performance in this movie. And you're like, you know, this is funny. It doesn't even say that on here. Oh, Nicolas Cage. But, you know, he won an Academy Award for this movie. And he's always been a terrific actor. And it's funny, some people go, oh, well, he just doesn't care anymore. I think he still cares. I think Mandy is a great movie. I think Prisoners of the Ghostland, while not a great movie, it's an interesting movie. Same thing with Color Out of Space. And I think he cares. I just don't think that he's like, I think he's just gone in weirder directions with his career. But that's interesting because of his age, you know? Like, his age has allowed him to do more interesting types of movies. This is a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed seeing John Goodman in this movie because it's like, it's kind of, you can kind of see where this is a precursor to, did this come out before or after? Yeah, it came out before Big Lebowski, which I love the Big Lebowski. I recently watched that for the first time this year. And so you can see how this movie is very much a precursor to that movie, and that they done this interesting, you know, kind of thing where, you know, sometimes directors will work with actors and they have a minor role in a movie, and then the next movie they'll give them a lead because they're like, you know what, I liked working with you. You're perfect for my next project. And I think that's kind of neat to see that kind of here. It's a really funny comedy. Obviously, Coen Brothers movies, they're almost all dark comedies. Great dark comedy. The humor here is excellent. Just kind of like, I think this movie has a lot to say underneath. It's definitely a film that I'm going to be unpacking over the years. Nicolas Cage, of course, is great. I don't know if he's Oscar-winning great, but he does give a great performance here. I kind of would have to check out what came out the year that this movie came out and see if like there's some better choices, because I feel like there had to have been the Nicolas Cage. Not to say that he wasn't good; he was excellent, but he probably just deserved to be nominated, not win. I feel the same about Spencer. I feel like Spencer Christian Stewart feels like someone who should be nominated, not win. But great movie. If you haven't seen this movie, it's obviously a classic. Most Coen Brothers movies, like Raising Arizona, Fargo, and Big Lebowski, are classics. Some of their later ones, not as much, which is kind of unfortunate because a lot of those are really damn good movies too. But this is a great movie. Really enjoyed that.